right, folks, we are live, and I know I kept you waiting because I knew you were going to have to wait. You guys would want to see this guest, so you're going to have to wait around. I made you purposely wait. What do you think about that? All right, if you're checking us out for the first time, guys, we are streaming on YouTube. So if you're on our YouTube channel, go visit the Gay Blue Experience. You can check out all my past seasons. Season 1, 2, and 3, and of course all the past episodes of season 4. It'll also let you know wherever our upcoming live streams are, whenever we put new video content on the channel. So if you're not subscribed already, go check it out on YouTube, guys. Hit the notification bell as well. I would appreciate it. Okay, let's say hi to some awesome people already in the chat. There's Miss Teresa Etherly. Oh, Robert Berry. James Guerin. Oh my God, we got a lot of people here for Miss. Well, I guess I'm not going to tell you guys yet. That's what I'm going to make y'all do. I've been making you guys wait all night long, just so you can wait for this. All right, and of course, guys, if you're checking us out on our YouTube, our Facebook. What is wrong with me tonight? I don't think there's technical glitches. There's operating glitches tonight. If you're checking us out on LinkedIn, guys, our favorite platform, thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button there on LinkedIn. We are always trying to build our viewership on LinkedIn. My follower count, I believe, is at 7,683. So we are keeping a running total. Click my bell as well. Just because I want you to tune in and check out my content. I'm being greedy. Might as well be. All right, guys. And of course, if you're checking us out as well, go visit our swag store. I'll drop the comment in our swag. We have swag, folks. So we got hats, shirts, mugs. We'll have hoodies at some point. So, and maybe I have been dipping in the sauce a little bit there, Mr. Barry, but that's okay to do that. So we got some new faces in the house. Yes. So thank you so much. If you're tuning in for the first time, give a little love to our team over at Inky Black. They're the ones that design our logo, and they also help us with our merch. A little love to our team over there at Inky Black, Stana Fellows and Guy Graves. Thank you guys so much. Always appreciate it. All right. So now, guys, the moment has arrived. Now, this individual is somebody that I've been following for a while. We connected here, of course, on LinkedIn. But, you know, I've seen, apart from what she's done on LinkedIn, on other platforms, and she's really grown a nice following on multiple social media platforms. She helps individuals learn how to become more visible on camera and helps people learn how to step out from outside of the shadows and into the light. So, guys, please help me welcome to the show the awesome, the amazing, I don't know what else to say, Miss Sri Mahabir. How are you? She is here, folks. The moment you've been waiting for has arrived. Now you guys can go ahead and calm down a little bit. So how are you doing this evening?
I am doing amazing. So first off, thank you everybody for joining in, having a lot of patience because Sri did not read the email, but I'm gonna give Gabe a little bit of a hard time.
Please do. Please do.
He never texted me. He never messaged me and said, "Hey, Sri, we're getting really close. Yeah, are you in the right place?" Like those small things. So if you are having a guest, just to make sure that they read the email,
yes,
this is a tip that I'm going to share. I have on my notes and it's written out. So I'm just saying the same thing. I'm just changing who I'm speaking to, and I send it to them in the message. So regardless of how many times you have reminders, some people like yourself right here need that little extra, like, click here, not restream.
Well, and again, I'm going to record. This gives me a good opportunity to also make another piece of content. So I'm going to record a small tutorial that I'm going to include when I email the thing that says, here's what you need to do. So what I essentially do is I send the link because I am using Ecamm Live, which is where I want people to join me in the studio. But because Ecamm is such a nice streaming tool, it allows me to use Restream as well to pair it. And then, like you guys are watching this evening, and some of you are paired on Cerise's channels, and some are on mine. And we get to bring a nice merge of our little communities together, and people can tune in and check us out. And again, another great reminder from another great creator to kind of help people walk through this, because even as many shows as I've done, and as many times as I've been on live streams, trust me, it's not always the easiest thing to just say, I'm going to get on here and go live. I'm not on blast, but I love it when I get to speak with other live stream creators and people that know how to actually deal with tech, because then they also understand the pitfalls of things that can actually happen and how to actually deal with them or troubleshoot, or just do like you did and share it. Use this as a teachable moment for the host, right?
Well, it's one of those things like you you're afraid to go live because you're afraid there will be mistakes, but then you're afraid to go live because what if the guest doesn't show up? What if the guest forgets? And I've had all of that happen to me, so that's why I have all these safeguards in place, and it seems like it's redundant, but it helps. I've not had one guest say, "Oh, I forgot where to go." They mostly just say, "Okay, that's what I needed to do."
You're right. And again, from a point of view of hosting your own show and to kind of actually knowing the process, right? Um, that's a good thing to kind of. I'm glad you shared that with me, because I'm actually recording a tutorial on how to troubleshoot live streams. And then that's also going to be part of another series of tutorials that I'm putting together, like how to actually set up the process of inviting somebody in as a guest, because it's becoming a little bit more. I know it's been commonplace now because of the pandemic and everything else, but still, there's sometimes like instances tonight where we've probably streamed quite a bit between the two of us, and yet there was still a disconnect. And that is something where, again, I love that it's a teachable moment for me. And I always love those. That's why I watch other creators, because I'm just like you guys. As even though as skilled as I might love doing this, I do still make mistakes, and that's part of what I even wrote a post about this today about making mistakes and failures and doing those sort of things. So yeah, it still happens, and despite our best efforts, hey, it is what it is. I mean, that's the whole fun about doing live streaming. So tell me a little bit about your journey and how you got started turning on a camera. Now, I know you've probably shared this a little bit, but not everybody here, like Mr. Robert Berry, who might know a little bit about your background. Well, let's share it with a few of the people that might not, who might not know exactly how you got started and how you became such a wonderful creator and live streamer in your own right.
So it all started the thought to start a business really came to fruition when in 2018 the father of my child, my ex, passed away and didn't leave a legacy. So I was like, oh, we can't do that. So I started a business in 2019. At the same time, I was working in an oil and gas company. They were doing layoffs. So the first business I started was virtual assistant, which then people kept telling me, hey, you need testimonials. And that's when it was placed on my heart, hear their journey. So here I am thinking like, I need to have the best equipment. I have to have a studio. I've got to get who would want to get videoed by me? And then came the pandemic. And I was like, well, how do I build visibility to my business? How do I get people to notice that I'm here? And I was like, okay, I see Jay Shetty, Ed Emlet, I see Gary Vee going live every day on LinkedIn or Instagram. And I was like, okay, I got to do that. I know I can do that. Then I see a friend of mine that I personally know. She went live on Instagram. And I was like, okay, if my friend can do it, and I know who she is, And I know I would love to know if some of you feel this way. When you see a really good friend do something, you're like, hey, I think I could do this. I
Yeah.
want to say hello to everybody who's joined in: Sonia, Lisa, I saw a few others, Charlene, my amazing co host. So I decided I will start this show because I was like, okay, this is a great way, a platform to create, get other entrepreneurs, share their journey. We can learn from them. It will start building community. Then others can see that they could collaborate, especially in the comments. I've seen business deals go down in the comments. I've
Yeah.
seen the birth of collaborations happen. And that was, what's up, Juba?
What's up,
And
Juba?
now that's when I realized, okay, this is what I want. This is what I have vision. And so I asked 9 people to go live with me. They said no. The 10th one said yes. And then I just ran with it. And I had a hair tie, a bow, a jewelry box, and a snow globe. That's what held my phone. I did not have a light, like a ring light. I used the light from the window. So I was very particular about what time I went live because I was looking at the timings of the lighting because I did not have proper lighting, but I knew I would get really good lighting from the window. And so that's how I chose 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. Some people don't know that. And so I started going live on Tuesdays and Thursdays because those were the days I didn't work out. And then I added a Saturday later, but my first 50 lives sucked. They really did. I was trying to figure out, how do I start the live? Do I just sit there? Because this is Instagram. We don't have a proper where you have a countdown. You just go live. So here I am thinking, I'm just going to wait for people. I was really scared whenever I would go live by myself. The first few seconds would drive me nuts, especially if the guest was late. And later I learned, and I came up with, after watching a few other people going live, I came up with my signature, welcome, welcome,
Come,
welcome.
come, yes.
And that's when, that was my 50th live. That's when I was like, okay, I've got something. And that's when people started to notice me. They used to say, ask me, are you saying waka, waka, waka? And I was like, no, I'm saying welcome, welcome, welcome. And that's just how I started the show. And it became something that I love to do. And I had a passion. And when I started to realize, like, I know I could do more, I want to invest in myself, I started working with a mentor. And that's when she was asking me questions such as, if you don't like doing what you're doing, which is a VA, what do you have a passion for? So when I started talking about the live streaming show, she said, well, how many of the 100 people you've gone live have you helped to go, have never done video, have never done a live? I was like 40. And I coached them. They didn't have a choice because we're back in 2020 when nobody was really doing video or live streaming.
Right.
Here I am, just that's all that I'm doing. And so that's when she was like, well, this is what your second business should be. So I started really putting myself on video. If you were to look back on my videos and you looked at my posts on LinkedIn, my first few videos here were really nerve wracking because I was by myself. But that's how I learned, because I was like, okay, I'm used to going live. I'm used to having somebody there. What are the reasons why I struggle with being in front of the camera by myself? It was, oh, I don't see the value. I don't like the way I look. And it's crazy to think that I could go live, but I couldn't do video. And that changed when I started to really get into the second business, which is in June of 2021. And then in December, that's when I got laid off 9 days before Christmas. And I knew that this was meant to be because when that closed door happened, this business was there. Because every month that I started, it was August, I got my first paid client. I created the business in June, got my first paid client in August. Every month after that, regardless of dollar amount, I still made a sale. I didn't do that with the VA business. So comes now, after 4 years working for somebody, I got laid off. And in January, I just went full into this. So sharing my journey is something that, for some is hard, but that's just who I was. I was like, I don't have the perfect setup. I teach people to use what they have. Your story is enough to impact somebody's life and change it, especially if you're going through, I've hit burnout. I've had months where I put everything in it and nothing happened. I'm I have videos on multiple platforms, but do they always speak to everybody? I've got a few videos on YouTube Shorts that have 0 views. while that same video has over 10K views here on LinkedIn. So I've just learned that sometimes instead of worried about perfection, just worry about just putting out the content. And you can always go back and fix it. Same thing with going live, getting in front of the camera. It was, oh my gosh, how do I look? Will people talk
Yeah.
about my gray
Oh my
hair?
gosh.
Will people talk about my psoriasis? Do I need makeup? Do I not need makeup? Do I need lighting in the back of me? Will the light that I have right here that's, not doing so well, will it go? Will we have that light back here? Like, just everything that everybody thinks of, I have it going through my mind. I've even went live in a group, Facebook group, and I've done over 200 lives now. And that's a combination of thinking of TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And yet, when I went live in a private group on Facebook, I couldn't figure it out. I was like, "How do you go live in a Facebook group?" But I figured it out. So, if you're on here today, I hope that you have a million questions because I would love to answer it. And I hope that somebody hears this story and realizes you don't have to have it together. You just have to be willing to enjoy the process, enjoy the ride, and let Gabe talk sometimes.
That's right. No, 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 no. This is all about you. So I talk enough. Trust me. Trust me, I talk enough. But a few things that I want to touch on. Number one, because I love this part of what you were talking about. You said the first 10 people that you asked, the first 9 people you asked, they said no, and the 10th one said yes. Have any of those 10 ever reached out to you? The first 9. Let me ask you that. I know that was such a long time ago, but I have a similar story because I had people that I had asked whenever the whole pandemic hit, and I had asked people to come on, and I got kind of like, well, no, I'm not going to be able to right now, whatever. And then of course, bam, March 2020 hits. I've been already streaming on LinkedIn. I get access to it before a lot of other people do. People start seeing me, and then all of a sudden, I get that message back. That was like a really good redemption feeling a little bit. I don't like to rub it in, but that feels good when somebody's like, you know what, they give you a no at first because you're unknown product. You're an unknown quality at that point. Nothing and nobody knows who you are. And then all of a sudden, when you start seeing that there's visibility behind what you've been doing, then they reach out to you. And, of course, you get the option to say, I'm good. I'm good, bro. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'll just move on and go forward. So hopefully you might have had that happen to you. I don't know. I want to hear your answer. And then number 2, shame on the rest of you for not going over there to YouTube Shorts and following Sri's YouTube Shorts. What is wrong with you guys? I am ashamed of my audience right now. I really am. I expected more out of you guys. So yes, I'm going to chastise you. So after this thing, if I go over there and I find one short, anything with that one following and one person watching, you guys are going to get it tomorrow. When Vinny's on tomorrow, we're going to talk about this, and I'm going to make sure we put everyone here in the comments on blast. So that is your homework for tonight. Go over there and check it out. Okay, now you can answer your question. Your answer to my question there.
Well, some of it is that I don't post or I don't publicize, hey, I'm on YouTube Shorts, follow me there. Or on TikTok, please follow me. Or Instagram, please follow me. When it comes to the first 9 people, they didn't. People
Nothing.
move on, they forget. Or they do see me and they're like, oh, I see you doing things. Okay, I see you watching me. And then as far as when I get guests, it's funny because people will give me a hard time about my shows. They'll say, "Can't you do it another day? Can't you do this?" And the thing is that I have my set times for my shows. And I work around that by saying, look, if you can't do this time, I have another show. We do that for my international guests. I do it on Saturdays, and it's just 1 hour of your day. That's all I'm asking when planning out weeks in advance so that you can just give that 1 hour. Yet many give me a hard time about it. What's funny is the same people who give me a hard time, when they see the value that others that they know, because it's that whole fear of missing out, then it comes like, oh, hey, weren't we, when are you going to send me the information for our live? And I'm like, you first never said that you agreed to it. And second of all, I did ask you about other dates. Like, I never leave people hanging. I'm not that type of person. I've even had somebody who said, I would love to go live with you. I think that is a blessing when someone says, I want to go live with you, or introduces you to somebody that is a potential guest. That's a blessing.
Oh,
However,
wait.
comma,
Before you move on, you introduced me to one that today we had a conversation, and she's going to book on the show. So thank you before I forget. There you go. Now you
you're
can.
welcome. She's amazing. Her name is Nicole.
Yes.
And so with me, I always tell the person, I ask a few questions, and I always ask, are you on LinkedIn? Because a lot of people who are on Instagram don't have a big presence on LinkedIn. And I'm all about at least giving you exposure. Even if you don't have a big audience, I want to give you exposure to everybody. And so, one, if you don't have a LinkedIn, the thing I say is, once you have a LinkedIn profile, come back to me and we'll book, because I'm not telling you no. I even explain in the answer, I want to give you exposure. You never know who's watching, who needs your services. And they could be on LinkedIn, they could be on Facebook. I don't know what's going on with Twitter. It's not working right now. But every time I connect it, but even on Instagram, it's the same thing. You don't know who's watching. You don't
Yeah.
know how your words could impact somebody. I've had guests who've come on and they were like, "Oh my God, I really needed to hear that. Oh my gosh, I reached out to that person. They were so amazing. I love working with them." So don't ever, I am not the type of person who's going to be like laughing in their face, but behind the scenes, I'm like, I see, I told you.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, and a lot of the points that you're talking about, I mean, um, I'm going through myself right now because actually like I'm actually taking the time to go stream to a lot of these other platforms now. Not only because number one, I see that there's a value in it. I do have a goal in mind of why I'm doing it. Um, but I'm also learning is that um, much to what you were talking about when you got started in doing your Instagrams, right? You don't get to hide so much behind the tech. Now I can a little bit because just because I have ways to, but for the most part, it is streaming a la natural. You're pretty much just there live and you're sitting there talking. Then at that point, it's like really concentrating on the message and what you want to present to whoever is watching. So I've been going live now since last Thursday, every night on Instagram. Then when I get done there, I go live on Facebook um, natively because thing about using a multi-streaming tool, when you stream through any of these platforms, they will throttle your feed, and the algorithm does not like you going through a third-party software tool. Okay, that is just a natural fact about it. So those who stream organically through any of these platforms will get more, will actually get more love from the algorithm. It'll push it into the feed. It will push it in. So natively streaming to any of these platforms will gain you a little bit more exposure than just using a multi-streaming tool. Now, we do this because here on LinkedIn, it is a requirement. So we do have to have it if you're going to stream on LinkedIn. So it's a little bit different. Where any of these other platforms, it's mostly natively through your phone, or you can go through a desktop creator, I think, with Facebook. Um, so I don't know yet about TikTok because I am not one of the lucky ones to get there yet. So yeah, I'm gonna shamelessly plug myself. If you want to follow me, I got 500 followers. I need 500 more, and then I'm gonna be going live on Instagram. And you've done it a few times, right? On TikTok, you've gone live a couple times.
I need to do more of it, and it's one of those apps they want you to go live on the app. And I give props to those who do multiple stream at one time, like they have a phone for Instagram, a phone for TikTok, phone for Facebook. I am that person who's using a third party for Facebook and LinkedIn and for Twitter, and then I go live natively for Instagram because I may not have a billion followers, but I do have a community, a strong community, and I don't want to leave them hanging. So I just talk to them, and
Yeah.
that's and it's not a long conversation. And same thing with TikTok, it's not a long conversation. I've had guests, I've had no guests, and it's fun. Once you get it, it is you really do get more followers, but if you're thinking about how do you get paid, it takes a little bit. You've got to reach certain milestones to get it. But if you're thinking about going live on any of these platforms, think about why are you going live? Gabe is going live because he wants to share something, his story, a guest, teach
People.
his audience something. Also, he gets exposure to another audience. So Gabe and I are in the running of each other. I only have 8 more
Amen.
followers than him on LinkedIn. But
That's
if
right.
I could if I could get like 2 more, I'll be 10 in the running.
That's right. So yeah, and but here's the thing about it that I really love, um, is number one, on some of these platforms, you do have ways to again grow an audience. There are, and each algorithm is different. Each platform is a little bit different. I mean, I got cheat ways. Trust me, there's cheat ways I could be doing this now. I mean, I could stream directly through Instagram using a software app like OBS, or there's another one that you guys don't know about. Not a lot of people know about, that'll actually let you stream to Instagram and TikTok at the same time. Um, there's an app called Lula, and if you set it up, you can go and stream there. But of course, um, it's not going to get you the same following again if you go live through their own um, native streaming platforms here. So, plus, I also, again, I'm like you, I want to build it up. I think that's part of it, is going on, showing up there every single day and sharing something with an audience and adding some kind of value to a conversation with folks. So that is like why I'm like, you know what, I got to do this as well. Plus, I also have, again, I got an ulterior motive. I'm not going to be lying about it. I'm shamelessly plugging. I'm trying to get on Amazon Live, and for me to get on Amazon Live, I got to have enough following on other social media apps apart from LinkedIn, because they don't see LinkedIn as a social media app. Just so you know.
I want to get on Amazon and I would like to get on Hulu.
You could probably already start on Amazon Live. So, and I'm going to tell you what, Sri, you're any creator that wants to create and get on any of these platforms, especially like Amazon Live, you are missing out. I've had numerous conversations, and I'm going to talk about this on Thursday when Chris Stone comes on, because he already goes live on Amazon Live. They make, and I had Billy Thorpe on, and we talked about this. He's like, out of all the other things that I've ever done that monetized, that is the one that's bringing me the bucks, baby. And yeah, I was like,
I'm over here like, I do one-on-one coaching. I also take going live is a lot of work, but why should you do it? I could be the one that your remote producer. So,
yeah,
and then here are people like, yeah, I make all my income on Amazon.
mm-hmm, right. And he's like, and I'm gonna tell you what, um, not only that, but they a lot, because you're their salesperson. So, like, just to say you started doing beauty products on there, there are going to be, yeah, exactly. Like, I need this, and this is what you're talking about. Guess what? There's going to be product companies that go, oh, we like what you do. We're going to send you this product for free. And we just want you to give us an honest feedback product test on it, and you do it live and that sort of thing. I mean,
So is Amazon one of those, that's a question I have. Amazon, can you do shows like this or it's a shopping experience?
so you can actually do like this. You can do recorded shorts. Now they have the affiliate program. That is one way, but the influencer program is the one you want to get in, because that is the one that gives you live. And what that does is that it gives you any products that you choose. So if you pick 20 products you get your affiliates for. You can put them in a carousel when you're streaming live. If you're talking about it, like if I were to talk about this and I go, I'm going to talk about the iPhone 14, folks. This is a wonderful camera. If you do not already have it yet, and then some of the products on there, they're already down in my shop. You can go down there, click it, and buy it automatically. I mean, you're instantly, like I said, it's like QVC and gosh, what else? So this is why I wanted to bring Chris Stone on and talk about this a little bit on Friday, because on Thursday, because he's another Amazon Live creator. And I see a lot of creators who have the potential to do this. And yeah, whenever I see, I'm not greedy. I'm like, man, if I see my friends get the opportunity to get on there and go make money, you don't think I'm gonna be like, yeah, baby, get on there, go get it, get that bag. That's what it's all about.
Yes, let's do Mary Kay Tupperware parties all day long. And
All day long.
I mean, like, I could talk about the products that I'm using today, which is, Live Tinted Highlighter,
Yes.
the
And again,
blushes from Sephora, the eyeshadows from Morphe,
yeah, you could
the
take
eyeliners, Revlon.
yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is, you can put them all in your product catalog and get the affiliate codes for them. And when people go buy them, guess what? You make Skrilla. I mean, and my thing is this: you're already live stream creating, and you can still and you again. This is what I love. You can still go on there and talk about a message. Like again, you can still involve storytelling in what you're doing on there. So if it's a story like why I choose this sort of makeup, right? Because I'm just going to use this as that. I have scars on here for whatever reason, and I love to use it because it conceals it well. That sort of stuff. I mean, those are stories that people are going to go watch and go, yeah. And I mean, literally, my guy Billy that was on the other night, we talked about. He's like, man, I'm going to record just strictly shorts to videos that are product shorts for Amazon Live. He goes, and those things sit there and they make me money. He goes, and plus, like I said, product companies like Shure or any of these other ones that do microphones, they're sending these guys $250, $300, $400 microphones to go product test. And they get it and they tell you, keep them. Yeah, that's part of the thing. So yes, that's what I'm saying. So there's beauty products, there's makeups, there's things that you can actually move into. So as an influencer or somebody that's already doing this, guess what? You can go do that apart from what already you're doing as your business. So if it's still visibility coaching and doing, you could still do that and do that on the side. My thing is, why hamstring yourself with just one income stream when you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ones? And guess what? You lose one part of that income stream. Guess what? I ain't worried. I got 4 more. I got 4 more coming, baby. Don't worry about that. So I'm just trying to teach all these other live streamers out here how to make that hustle, because there's people already out there doing it. And if I'm not doing it, I'm at least going to show somebody else how to do it. So
That's right. That's
the way to do
right.
it. So,
But first, you got to get on camera. You got to be able to talk to people about what it is that you're using, and then move from camera to live streaming. Because Gabe, I don't know about you, but I've met a lot of people who are like, yeah, I like doing video, yet they never, never, never do a live. Or they'll do live, but they don't want to do a video.
yeah,
It's real crazy.
it is crazy. And I'm going to got another crazy thing for you folks. This conversation is about to end, because if you want to go watch this, we're going to go stream on Instagram Live. So I want to say, number one, thank you, Sri, for coming on the show, adding a lot of knowledge, sharing a lot of what you do. And I'm telling folks, again, I'm going to go check this out. And if I go, here's what I'm going to do. Because Vinny's going to do this tomorrow, and I'm going to match some of the things he's going to do. If you go over to her channel and you go watch at least one or any of the shorts that don't have any followers, and she'll be able to tell me, those that do, I'm going to send you a $15 Starbucks gift card on me. So I've given away other things before. I've given away microphones, cameras. I've done all kinds of shit on here before. This ain't nothing. So I want to support my fellow creators, and that's what we're going to do tonight. So if you guys want to go do that, please head over to her YouTube channel. And what is the YouTube channel again? I'm sorry.
It's my name, Sri Mahabir. I only post shorts.
Okay.
So that's all that you'll see. And I have yet to post today's video that's on there. It will be posted tonight, but I had some videos that have no views, and I don't, and it's nothing wrong. That's what I was trying to share with everybody. Just just keep on posting, because eventually somebody will see it and it'll just rapidly just explode.
Or
It's not about that.
we can
It's
just
just
kickstart
about
it.
getting.
We can just kickstart it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kickstart it in another way. So there you go. You need to build a time machine. Well, that's awesome. I would love to hear about that more, Christopher. But if you want to go follow more, you got to go follow us over on Instagram. So sit tight. I will join you over there in just a few seconds. But for everybody else, thank you so much, guys. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. Love, of course, my audience as always. You guys rock it like nobody else. You are, again, the best audience in LinkedIn, bar none. And if you don't believe me, come at me, bro. I'll fight you. All right. So tomorrow evening, guys, we're going to have another wonderful guest on the show. He is another awesome.